Okay. We'll try this again. Okay. All right. Hopefully it's working now. It is time to move. So we are packing up, or well, I'm packing up. Jordan's sick today, so I don't know if I gave him that through the podcast. Don't think you can really catch it from Zoom. He was probably his mother, but he's taking the day off, so I'm gonna pack everything up. I've got a bunch of stuff in the closet that I'm gonna be grabbing. Hopefully the sound is working. I'm not using the mic because I'm gonna be moving around too much, so going off of the AirPod. Camera's working now. For some reason, the GoPro wasn't connecting, so I was going to try to have the phone camera over there so I could kind of show things a little bit more up close. First time streaming live, so we'll work out the bugs, and hopefully, this is the worst live stream you'll ever see from us because it's just going to keep getting better and better. Just like the regular podcast, you go back to episode 1, looks a little rough. We're pretty much sitting in the dark, and then now it's a little bit better production value. So I've got boxed stuff like boxed legends, boxed legions, Mezco stuff. I need to pull my Mezcos down. I'm going to put those in the box. Got kind of little deluxe figures here. I've got standardish figures there. I've got more standard figures there, and I've got a ton more in the closet that I'm going to get to. I think my plan, we've got this box so far to fill up. It's already labeled toys, so I figured I would use that. I think I should take the figures and pack them into Ziploc bags with accessories. Right now I've got all of my accessories over here in these drawers, so I can just kind of like pull them out, and it's all separated that way so I don't have to dig through a giant bin. I just worry about putting that in storage. It gets knocked off the shelf, everything goes flying. I'm never going to find half those pieces if that happens. So I think packing them in with their figures is going to be the better option. This can't be worse than the previous. That's very true. So as I go through this, I might need your guys' help to figure out what accessories came with everybody. But I think I'll probably start out with some boxed figures, putting those away first, just because that's going to take up the most room. Some of these things, like I've got Gambit here, I'm probably just going to open him because I don't think he's going to be I'll probably end up keeping him anyway. So I'm going to keep him. I'm going to open him up, and I don't really plan on displaying him in this card. Other things like I got a Retro Moon Knight. I'm going to keep him on card because I got one loose, one on card and one to actually display with. Daredevil, I'll probably keep him on card just because maybe I'll find one loose in a lot, and it'd be nice to have one in package. Okay, all right, so I think that's how we're going to start. I don't have a ton of box stuff. I've got another box out there that's already packed up, so we'll just start with this. I'm going to keep Daredevil boxed. I'm going to keep Scorpion boxed. Gambit's going to get opened, so I'm going to put him off to the side to open later. Moon Knight is staying boxed. I've got an extra Shield and Hydra 2-pack that I'm going to keep in package for now. I've got a Medieval Spawn. He's going to get opened later. That way it just doesn't take up so much room in the packing. I've got Hydra Bob and Deadpool. I'm going to keep this one out because my goal is, so we're packing up the apartment here. I don't know if it's as glitchy for y'all as it is for me. Hopefully you can still see and hear me okay. Let me close out some other tabs. Hopefully that helps. All right. So yeah, my goal is to keep this size of a box because we're packing up everything here because my wife and I are converting a shuttle bus into our new home. So the goal is to not have nearly as much stuff here, um, because this isn't all going to fit in the bus. I would need twice the size of a bus to be able to have this display room plus the storage. Um, so smaller box for things that I want to take on the road, maybe kind of get some shots out in nature with, I don't know, legions. Definitely some legends. I've got a Spider-Man. I've got the 3-pack Spider-Man that I want to keep. Chris Starr is probably coming with me. But then just some other stuff that I don't necessarily want to sell because I plan on using them later on down the road. And I don't really want to have to try to retrack all of this down because we're going to be in the bus for probably at least a year, maybe 2 years. So we'll see. So yeah, that box is trash. Let's see, what other legends do we have in box? Oh, we've got these boxes over here. I'm going to take these Series 1 legends, pack them up. My goal is hopefully while I'm on the road, I can find some toy shops that have, I still need the regular version of this Iron Man. I've got the gold and red variant, but I'd like to get the regular red. So we'll see if I can find that as we go around the country. I'd also get the Stealth Iron Man one too, just to kind of complete everything since I've already got one variant. I might as well have the other one. Audio is a bit PowerPointy, but the audio is all that matters. All right, good. So yeah, like I said, this is probably going to be our worst live stream because I've never done it before. Typically, we're editing everything that we're doing. So yeah, sorry about that. Probably going to have to get a backup because I'm just streaming straight off of YouTube. Probably not the best option for that. Probably should be streaming off of StreamYard or something like that. But I didn't know which of those to use yet. So we're just winging it with regular YouTube. So we've got Series 1 Hulk. Maybe not. I thought he did. Oh yeah, I can hear it. Not a big deal, but maybe if I find another price, I would upgrade and get the little bit better packaging for him. All right, that's all that's going to fit in there, I think. Let's make sure the lid seal's good. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go. No, I don't think I have any. So let's start packing up some of the deluxe figures here. So we've got, let's go with Sentinel. I don't know if you guys have this issue, but my Sentinel, his legs don't want to come together. So I had this rubber band around it, but apparently that snapped. But yeah, his just a little bit bow-legged. If I really heat up the joints in there, it would loosen him up some so he would move or come together a little bit better. And he is too big for that box. We need smaller figures. Smaller deluxes. Let's go with Hydra Stomper. I'm going to try to keep these organized by like Marvel Legends, McFarlane's. Oh, he's got stuff that he comes with. Might just have to do glitching. Hopefully it's better now. But yeah, is he going to fit in one of these giant bags? Because if he can fit in there, oh yeah, he'll fit in there. So I'll pack him up. I might need your guys' help on some of the accessories and things like that, so I don't have to constantly be Googling what everybody came with. Pretty sure Hydra Stomper just came with the repulsor effects. So I've got my Iron Man stuff over here. He had, yeah, these bigger repulsor. So we'll pack those in with him so I don't have to dig them out after the move. Keep everything all together. I don't think he came with extra hands or anything, did he? Almost positive he didn't. I feel like he should have, though. That would have been cool. I'll try to check in on the comments once in a while, but I feel like it just looks weird when I'm over here trying to read. I'm not a very fast reader, so issue with the control. Yeah. I don't have that with too many figures. I think with Mythic Legions, I actually have that sometimes because like they're hip joint just gets a little bit loose. So on kind of the smoother surface wood, it slides out a little bit. But it doesn't happen too often. We got the House of M Human Torch. So that was one of the hidden gems that was on my list. I think he might have been a runner-up. So go back and watch that one if you haven't. That was a pretty good one. A lot of figures that for some reason people just don't talk about too often, but I think were pretty cool. I'm not going to fit Build-A-Figure Apocalypse in that box or Build-A-Figure Galactus. I've also got to figure out how I'm going to store HasLab Galactus up there because he's a little large. Caliban didn't come with anything. I probably don't need to like individually package these guys up, right? Like paint rub's not really that big of an issue, I don't think. Maybe if it was like a crazy expensive figure, I would do that, but I don't think Caliban counts as one of the crazy expensive figures, so he's just going to kind of get packed in. Same with Titus. I think this one's pretty underrated. I don't know why he's so cheap. It's an animal. I mean, you know how I like my anthropomorphic figures. He's got a cannon for a hand. How are you going to beat that? Toy Biz Apocalypse. I feel like he needs a little bit more care than just being put in a box, so I might save him out for a little bit later. I actually broke Jordan's Apocalypse when we were kids, so I got him a new one for his birthday or Christmas or something like that a while ago. All right. Rhino does come with some extra stuff. So let's go over to the Spider-Man box. So he's got an extra head and hands, I believe. Let me know if the sliding of these drawers is annoying at all. I'm trying not to do too much. Where are his parts at? There they are. 2 hands and a head. So we'll put him in one of the bigger bags. Yeah, $34 is about what he goes for, which I think is crazy because I think it's such a good figure. I was hoping that they would reuse that mold for the new Sabretooth, but some people have commented that that's probably a little too big, which, yeah, maybe. I think getting him out, and I think I've got my Wolverine over here. Yeah. So comparing the sizes there, I don't think that's too big. I mean, it's definitely big, but I don't know. When they're standing next to each other, I think it could work. But I think that the body that they used is going to be good too, because I do like that Venom body, and it's got the butterfly joints that this Caliban doesn't have. So that's probably a good idea. All right. Thing. Walgreens, he should come with an extra head and hands. Not even sure if I have those. Yeah, maybe in here. So like I said, let me know if this sliding of the drawers is annoying anybody too much, because I can also not be doing that. Well, sort of. All right, I don't see his parts yet, so I'm going to leave him out. Let's go with the Toy Biz Juggernaut. This is one, I think I've posted a few pictures sometimes of Toy Biz Juggernaut. When I was a kid, my uncle got me this one, like when it first came out, so that was kind of cool. I just like having the kind of that old picture of getting a Toy Biz figure, and it was super cool. And I remember he was super excited to get it because he thought it was awesome. He collects comics, but not the action figures. So I think it was just kind of a fun excuse for him to get to buy more toys, because he actually kind of got me into collecting action figures because he had all the old He-Mans and the old Thundercats. So that's kind of where my action figure collecting started. Or not really, I wasn't collecting his stuff, but he had pretty much all of the old figures. So then I got to play with those as I was growing up. All right, I just saw these Grey Hulk hands. Those aren't it. Maybe those aren't up there because I've got parts and pieces everywhere. This is to Cosmic Legions. So I'm gonna put that by him. Also Cosmic Legions. And all this stuff is, that's all Steel Clan accessories. Yeah, don't need any of that. All right, this is proving much more challenging to find all these parts and pieces than I was anticipating. Because this is a pretty good setup for when I'm doing this. Selling everything? No, not selling everything. I am kind of going through, like, I'll probably pick out a few things. I've already gone through and grabbed out what I'm planning on selling. So I've got my box over here for what I'm selling. So if you need a toad, I've got a sealed toad. But I've got a bunch of stuff in here, mainly sell on Facebook. You can watch some of our videos on how Jordan and I do that. But everything here I pay for by selling action figures I don't want or buying lots and then selling those off. So I've never actually spent any money out of our bank account really to buy action figures. So I'll pick out some things. There's probably a few things that I don't need to keep that I'll plan on selling, but most of this is going to come with me. I might get rid of a couple Hydra troopers from the Dio giveaway. I know that Wesley was wanting some of those. Let's see. Do we get to ask? Yeah, you can pretty much ask anything. I mean, I don't know if I'll answer anything, but or like answer everything, but keep it. Doesn't necessarily even have to be. You can ask anything pretty much. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, I've got another box down here. So we've got this box has got some kind of deluxe figures. So we've got the old Toy Biz Hulkbuster, which I think you can argue it doesn't stand up, but I really like it. This was one of my favorites as a kid. Jordan always made fun of the tiny Tony Stark head in there. I never really had it open too often, so I would love if it was more posable. Joints are a little loose and wiggly, but overall, that's a fun figure. I think it works good for a Hall of Armor kind of display. So that one's staying with me. This is not the most well-packed box. We're going to have several boxes, I'm sure. We're going to put the Redeemers off to the side because that's going to go in with McFarlane stuff. All right, who else is in here? All right, so Tiger Shark doesn't come with anything, so we're going to try to keep mostly figures that don't have accessories. I don't think he comes with any accessories. Let me know if he does. I'm waiting on a comic Baron Mordo so that I can get the old, like the Red Hulk comics that I've got. There's kind of the Defenders where it's Hulk, Silver Surfer, Namor, and Doctor Strange versus Red Hulk, Terrax, Tiger Shark, and Baron Mordo. So waiting on that. That's the last figure to kind of have that completed. Let's see who else we've got. All these guys come with extra stuff. All right, Sentry's already packed up, so that's nice. Waiting on the rest of the Dark Avengers team. Really like to finish that off. I think we've got, actually coming out tomorrow is going to be our wish list for 2023. So I put a few Dark Avengers on the wish list. We'll see if it happens. I also, spoiler alert, put on a new Blackheart on my wish list. I think this is a pretty cool figure. It's pretty hard to get him to stand up on his, because he's kind of on his haunches. The tail is enormous. I'd be shocked if we got something. I don't know. I think Hasbro could do this. I just always worry that, I don't know. I don't know how they would do it. Bendy tails really aren't great in my opinion. If you've heard Jordan and I talk about that, I don't really love the bendy wire tail on the new Lizard. Some people do. I haven't had the new Doc Ock to see how those tentacles work, but I don't know. I don't have high hopes for it, but we'll see. All right, let me catch up on some comments. Let's see. Yep, like I said, we're going to have our wish list come out. That'll go live tomorrow at 4:45. I still need to finish up the thumbnail for that, but I'll do that tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, that's a pretty good episode. I was editing that, and it's a lot of fun. Frankencastle, spoiler alert, is still on Jordan's wish list. I could see Hasbro doing it. It's a little bit out there, but I think as a build a figure or a deluxe, I think it'd be cool if it came with some other monsters. I know Jordan's definitely been wanting a new Werewolf by Night, so we'll see if Hasbro can give him what he wants. But like I said, it's a little bit of a stretch. Not impossible, but yeah. What's the comic book slab behind you? So I've got a few. Let's see. No, you can't see Ironheart. Got Ironheart over here. She'll make an appearance in the next episode. It's one of my newer favorite characters. Really love that storyline. This, oh yeah, it's pretty blurred out. It's wedged in there pretty good. I mean, everything's got to come down, but I, want to preserve my displays as long as I can. So it's Avengers #1. One of my friends that got me into comics, he actually got my uncle into comics when he was younger too. He's passed away now, but he used to have a poster of this whole, like, it's like a double spread, so you open it up, it's on both sides. He had a poster of that, and then I remember when I was younger, I would kind of like point to each character and be like, "Who's this? What's their powers? Who's this? What's their powers?" And then go through that. So that's how I learned a lot of characters from the Avengers, and I also really liked that story too. Um, he had all those comics, so I read those when I was younger. I need to go back and reread those because it's been quite a while. Let's see. Yeah, so everything back here is pretty much my display. It goes over like these boxes here, and that's it. Um, so, like I said, we're moving into a bus. I'm not going to have room to display this much stuff, so a lot of this is going into storage. Or actually, almost all of this is going into storage. There might be a few figures that I pull out to sell, but all this is pretty much going into storage while we travel around. And then hopefully, when we decide to settle down, I don't know where it'll be. Probably somewhere warmer. We live in Wisconsin right now. We're kind of tired of the winters, although this one hasn't been too bad. But want to go somewhere warmer, maybe close to a beach. We'll see. Um, but yeah, hopefully when we settle down again, I'll have more room to display kind of, I don't know. My hope is have a basement. I would love to have like action figure collection on this side, and then I can flip the camera around, have fitness studio on that side, because I'll do both of those. Um, but we'll see. So goal is to have a lot more space to display after we're done traveling. But right now, this is all getting packed up for storage. Let's see. Yes. Maybe we get a Baron Mordo and retro Spider-Man card. Yeah, I guess I could see that. He was in the animated series for quite a while, or at least in that last season, I think. Was it last season? I don't know. He's partnered up with Dormammu. It's been a while since I've seen him, but I went back and watched a couple episodes. Um, Blackheart would be cool in a 2-pack. I'm just not sure who he would come with. I haven't read a ton with him. I read the comic that came with him because it was a Toy Biz. But again, I don't know who his 2-pack would be. So I hope it's not a Ghost Rider. But let me know if you've got any ideas on who that would come with. Just using sandwich bags. Yes. So I've got sandwich bags for regular size figures, and I've got these bigger ones for more of the deluxe or the build a figures that come with extra parts and pieces. I think I'm going to try to fit more than just one in here because that seems like a waste of a bag to just put one figure in there with two hands. So I'll probably try to fit at least two in there, or maybe another standard figure or two in there. Let's see. I'm not sure what Blackheart from Underboob, or I'm not sure what that means, but I would like kind of a thicker Blackheart, a little bit more buff, not Hulk sized, but bigger than this. This one's a little bit skinny, which I think is cool. But I think since we've got this one, I would like a little bit different version of him. I read he was in the Uncanny X-Men for a while, kind of like possessing Monet, I think, or something. I don't really know how that all worked out. I read all those, but I don't remember how she ever got rid of that, or if she did in that storyline. Maybe that came later. Where's the X-Men? I don't really have any X-Men displayed. I kind of like Beast because he's in the cover of this comic too. So I wanted him with my X-Men display or with my Avengers display. I don't know, for some reason, like, I love the X-Men, like, they're probably in my mind, like, I love the idea of them probably the most as a team, but just the characters and the figures don't really speak to me as hard. Like, I love the more offshoot ones, like, I love Strong Guy, Archangel, um, those kind of characters that go with X-Men, but not technically like your, you know, X-Men, the animated series type of X-Men. So maybe I'll eventually get a display of those. I would like to do a video of kind of our favorite X-Men or building an X-Men team on a budget because we did that Avengers one. That was a while ago, so we could maybe update that. But yeah, read a couple more comments and I need to get back to packing. Let's see. Yeah, I was in Texas for 2 summers. I did an internship down there in Houston. Um, so I was there, was it from May until August pretty much. And I was interning at a gym and the gym didn't have AC. So um, just definitely learned to sweat while you're working out and coaching. Um, Destination for traveling, kind of all over the US. I would like to, my number one spot that I want to see is the Redwoods out in California. I've been to San Diego to visit my uncle, but I've never been to the Redwoods. So that's my number one spot that I would like to stop. I think Savannah's number one is the Florida Keys. So we're probably going to hit up both of those places. I mean, obviously not one after the other because it's on opposite sides of the country, but um, yeah, I mean, I think we're going to try to stay more warmer during the winter and more cooler in the summer. Our water tanks are going to be underneath the bus outside, so we can't have those freezing. Um, but yeah, we're going to try to stay in the bus for at least a year, maybe two. It just kind of depends on as we travel around. Like if our goal with the budget of the bus is to equal 1 year of rent here, so that we're kind of breaking even. And then if we stay in the bus longer than a year, it's going to equal out to be more savings for us. So yeah, our goal is to just kind of travel around, not in really any real hurry, but get to see friends and family. It's always been like a pet peeve of mine because I always have to travel to see family. Like my grandma's like 5-ish hours away, 4.5. And then, you leave work on Friday at 5, you get there at like 11 at night, and then you've got to leave Sunday after breakfast to get back to work on Monday. There's like no time to see anybody. So I would love to just be able to park the bus and hang out with friends and family until I'm ready to go park my bus somewhere else. So that's what I'm really excited about. And I just think it's fun to kind of get to be able to see new places, new things. I'm not going to have a cool action figure display like this, but I hope I get to kind of go see different um, action figure shops and stuff like that, go to different comic book stores. All right, I got out Colossus because I have his accessories, but I've got 2 gripping hands and he's already got a gripping hand on him. So I think I may have accidentally sold his other fisted hand because those are Build-A-Figure Colossus hands, right? Yeah, those are way too big. Well, shoot. Got an extra gripping hand with Colossus, but that's not the end of the world. Should I sell this Colossus because he's pretty high? Oh man, should I sell this Colossus? He's high. They're probably going to make another one. I'm going to leave him out. I got to debate that. I don't know. Keep that on my mind for a little bit. He's over there. He's in the maybe he's in jeopardy on the chopping block. I really like this Colossus, but is it really worth keeping him in storage to then have another one come out and tank his value when I could have sold him and then, add more money to pre-orders and things like that later on down the road? We'll have to see. What do you guys think? You like the X-Men, but you burned out on them? You should watch our hot takes. Jordan is also burnt out on the X-Men. I like them. I'm excited for the show. I don't know that there's a ton more I need in my collection, but I do like seeing them. So I would like to finish my Astonishing X-Men team. We've got Cyclops and Emma Frost. I'm surprised they haven't done a Wolverine yet. I know they did one in the Toy Biz, but they could update that, which they love doing Wolverine. They're doing a ton of them this year, so maybe we'll see them. Yeah. Oh, collect disconnect. We got the OGs in the chat now. It is a freaking live stream, man. Yeah, no AC in Texas was rough. I mean, there was like it's like you go through the building and there's like AC in like the locker room and the office area, but then the actual gym area was just kind of in like a big garage area type thing. So yeah, no AC in there. And I mean, we were sick, man. We would wear like sweatpants and sweatshirts and make it even hotter on ourselves. And then like as the workout progressed, you know, you take off your sweatshirt and just t-shirt stuff. But um, you definitely sweat a ton. For income while we travel, you know, if you guys could help this pop off a little bit and we make some money on the YouTube, but probably not going to be enough to even put gas in the bus. So my wife's got an Etsy shop. So if you go, you buy the Strong Collectors t-shirt, that's through her Etsy shop. We don't really make any money on the Strong Collector t-shirts, but buy other stuff, we might make a few bucks. So she's trying to get that going. And then I'm an online fitness coach. So hopefully, you know, get some online clients um, and selling like courses and things like that. Because I coach with like steel mace. Um, you can, I think, yeah. If you go back, one of our videos is me doing my audition video for Ninja Warrior. It's got all the action figures in it. Because I also coached Ninja Warrior for, I mean, pretty much from college until now. Not really going to be able to do that on the road, but like I could still personal train people for that obstacle course racing. I would like to do some obstacle course races while we're on the road, kind of longer, not so like Ninja Warrior short stuff, but you know, like Tough Mudder types of courses. And then worst case scenario, you know, I'll just get some online job. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I did look into Kickstarter. I applied for a job there. Um, didn't get it, but I would like to find something that's like action figure, superhero, even podcast video related. We're also going to have a bus channel, so I'm hoping that also kind of adds to the YouTube revenue stream. Um, like I said, it's not a ton of money, but I think the bus channel would be a little bit more popular. A lot more people could watch it, more shareable. Action figures is pretty niche. Like, got a lot of cool people in the community, but um, even the best people aren't getting like insane views. Um, so hopefully the bus channel is able to pop off. All right, a few more comments, and I got to pack up some more stuff. Will the show continue? Of course. Um, Jordan taking auditions? No, I'm not going anywhere. Um, I'll just probably try to do more of like a maybe do like a green screen behind me, take a picture of all of this before it's all packed away, and then you know you never even know I left. I would also like to do, I don't know, this would be more like a spin-off show, but kind of like a news update show, a little bit more like obviously green screen, kind of like a newscast. I think that'd be kind of fun to do, whether that's uh, action figures or comics or even like movies and TV shows types of things. I think that would be fun. I don't know if that would be within Strong Collectors. Maybe we have to start a second channel. I'm really loving YouTube right now, so I don't know. I've got this channel, fitness channel, gonna have a bus channel. Maybe we'll have a news channel. I don't know. Um, New Colossus is heavily rumored. Oh, you're pushing me to sell that guy. Um, yeah, I think he might be on his way out. Because I think it'd be cool if they could do update on the articulation and give him butterfly joints. I think that would be cool. I would. I mean, I hope that it's in that similar look. I've been saying I want an Acolyte Colossus. I still want a Jim Lee looking Colossus too. Um, I would also like an Astonishing X-Men Colossus. I also think it'd be cool to get a Juggernaut Colossus. There's a lot of Colossus options. Maybe that should be a video. Let's see. One Mythic Legion sold, one tank of gas. Not quite. I would need a pretty hefty Mythic Legion. We filled up our bus when we first got it, and it was like $200 to fill it up. It's like a crazy tank, and it takes diesel, so a little pricey for filling that up. Let's see. Diving into Jada Toys, not yet. I would like to, um, but like we're moving, so I don't want to get into anything too new. Even though I've got like Kickstarters coming, like we went in on Savage Crucible and the Legendary figures. So I don't want to get too crazy into different lines. So trying to have some self-restraint, even though I don't want to. um, I would like if I found one in person, especially if it was like loose or in a lot, then I would definitely be all over it. Love to check it out. I saw the Fei Long looks super cool. But I also don't have a huge attachment to the Street Fighter stuff. So if they started doing other lines that I was really into, like if they started doing like Marvel or DC, obviously, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they did, I would probably be going pretty hard into that. Let's see. Yondu does not need to stick around. I don't know if you guys liked Yondu. I love the colors. The colors are cool, definitely popping, but not something I really need to hold on to. Yeah, I don't know. Fun figure to have, but I got him on crazy clearance, so yeah, didn't really hurt too much to buy him and then let him go. All right, accessories for the chicks. Mythic Legion accessories. I don't know how you guys felt about the new 97 Wolverine. I don't know what it is about him. I just don't really like him. He's pinless. He's yellow. He's got the big mask. He's just not really I don't know. It's just missing something for me. I don't know. I think I'm going to sell him because we're obviously going to be getting more Wolverines, and I'm sure they're never going to stop making the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Oh, here's the whole random lot of accessories. All right, let's dump those out and get that sorted. All right, let me see. Let me answer another question while I do that. I would love a strong collectors network. It's kind of a strongish possibility. I think we need to, keep focusing on this channel a little bit more, keep growing it. But I'm pretty happy with the amount of people we're getting. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it. But I would like to keep doing more. I want to have, you're going to see strong collectors every day. See this beautiful face, see Jordan's beautiful face across multiple different YouTube channels. Do a weekly recap. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I mean, doing comic news would be kind of cool. Like Jordan always sends me stuff of like what's coming out, what's new, because I don't do as much of the newer comics. I'm back reading like 2014. Like I love that era of comics. So the newer stuff I'm way behind on. I'm kind of caught up on Daredevil, like some things, but like as far as X-Men, like I haven't read House of X, Powers of X, none of that. The farthest up in X-Men I think I've read is I'm up to when X-Men like Gold and Red and Blue or whatever that is started after like Phoenix Saga, Black Vortex, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty far behind on those. Jordan stays a lot more up to date on that. The only thing I get currently is Spawn stuff. So I mean, I've got this whole box is Spawn. I started getting those after the Spawn action figures came out with the Gunslinger Spawn. So I got that. I thought it was cool. Like I should probably know something about this character, and then started reading Spawn. Got Todd McFarlane on the podcast, and then that's the only thing I pick up now. I'll probably pause that once we start moving around in the bus, but I'll keep reading it for probably the next couple months at least. Still collecting. Yes. My plan is to like definitely hopefully if I can have some self-control, I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff on the back burner, like really only getting things that I really want. It's going to be pretty good for waiting for sales. So that'll probably be more how I do my buying, is waiting for clearance, even though I think we're going to be seeing less and less of the clearance prices as we go into this year, or at least that's kind of what we heard when we talked to Nerdzoic. He was saying that Hasbro with Marvel Legends is going to start kind of bringing it back in because everything is going on clearance all the time. So they're going to start producing less so that less goes on clearance. Hopefully I can still get some stuff, but I'm going to try to really only get the things I want to get. Probably not going to be able to do as many like lot buys unless I'm maybe local. That might be how I do some of my lot buys, is as we're traveling around the country and I just kind of stumble upon somebody trying to get out of the collecting, and then maybe I'll sell that. But yeah, as far as brand new stuff, Mythic Legions is a little bit easier because I can pre-order that and it's not coming out for another year or so, maybe even longer. So that stuff works. Legends, I don't know. It's hard because also with Legends, like everything eventually finds its way to Jordan and I. So I don't need to stress out too hard. But then, those figures always get revealed. And you're like, oh, I got to have it. So hopefully I can kind of put that on the back burner and not do that as much as I kind of currently do. But we'll see. Get together all the Steel Clan stuff, put that up with the Xanatos. Let's see. Okay. We're going up there. Let's see. Collecting. Yeah, I like the shape of the mask on the new Wolverine. It's just, like I said, I don't even know what it is about him that I don't like. It's just, I think I liked the VHS one a little bit more than I liked this one. Yeah, I probably should. I sold the VHS one, which I sold the VHS one pretty high. So yeah, it's a good figure. Just not, like I said, they're going to make another one. Maybe the other one will be more up to my speed. So yeah, I've had the Apocalypse Wave one. I also wasn't a huge fan of that one. Does that one have the like claws that port in and out? Because I really don't like that feature. I feel like it should be cooler, but yeah, not a big fan. 2014, like all new, all different era. Yes, exactly. All new X-Men. I just finished that up. Might have been last week, the week before. Yeah, I think it was a couple weeks ago. Because then after that, I read the Amazing X-Men, where Nightcrawler comes back to life, and that one was pretty good. All new X-Men was definitely better. Which like also I don't understand. I don't like when they do like big events and then it throws off the things I'm reading, because the first kind of volume or whatever you call that of all new X-Men, and then you got the second one where it starts over at number one, but then you get Kid Apocalypse and like the team kind of shifts. How did that happen? Why are they on the team? Who are they? I didn't really get that. So if you know how to piece that together, let me know. Iron Patriot, big fan. Never read anything with it. I have now, but before, when I loved him a lot, never read anything with him in it. Now that I have, I like him a little bit more. I'd like to read more of him. I don't know if there's a ton of books out there with him in it, though, or at least where he's like the main character. All right, let's see how much of the mindless one I have. These are those. That's Electra Daredevil. All right, so we've got a left leg. That's probably going to need heated up. We got a left leg and a head. So if you got some more pieces to the mindless one that you're not going to use, holy cow, that all needs heated up. That is a tight everything. If you got some arms, the right leg, I need those. Send them my way. All right. Take these out. These aren't... Electra Daredevil didn't come with extra hands. No, those definitely are not hers. Whose are these black hands? Got little black fists and Electra size. But my Electra has her size, and that Electra doesn't have black hands. Riddle me that. Who comes with, it's a female figure that comes with black hands and size. Is it Lady Bullseye? Yeah, it might be Lady Bullseye. But then where's her sword? It's not in that bag. I really have just kind of been throwing accessories into random spots, and I probably should not have been doing that. All right. Daredevil with a beard. He only comes with the clubs and the little staff. So he's going to get packed away. I was a big fan of this storyline. If you guys haven't read this storyline, it is high up on my recommendation list. It's probably some of the most current comics I've read, and I was pretty happy with it. Pretty cool story. Again, that's another one that it ends where Daredevil dies, but then also doesn't die. But then how does he not die? He was stuck in hell. Somehow he got out of hell, but we'll never know. Maybe they explain that in the next issue. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really do like Marvel or DC as current storylines. It's just way too expensive for all the stuff. Like I go through the comic book store and I'm like, I would love to read all this, but it's way too expensive to be getting that. So Marvel Unlimited is my best friend, other than Jordan. But yeah, I read tons of stuff on Marvel Unlimited. I've got a running list of things in my phone. But yeah, that's definitely the way to go for sure. Let's see. Yep, Lady Bullseye, correct. Thanks for the help for sure. Yeah, if I didn't figure that one out, that was going to drive me crazy. Let's see. Yeah, DC Death Metal. I didn't read any of that, but that just seemed so convoluted and crazy to me. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me why they make some of the things that they make, but they still make them. Zorn, this, if you go back and watch our top 10 all time list, he was on my top 10 list. I think we got to call that like our favorite list, not top 10 legends, because we could do like an objectively the best Marvel Legends. Then we could do our favorite Marvel Legends. I think this is a cool character. I don't know if we'll ever see an update of this, but that's a good figure right there. Definitely fun. All right. Who else do we got in here that doesn't need? Got these Ultimate Iron Man and War Machines. Another question. What are the chances that we get a new Ultimate Iron Man? I would think that they're pretty high, but are we going to get an Ultimate War Machine to go with him? I guess this is just a repaint between these two, so it's kind of possible. I think this is. I always loved this this Iron Man as a kid. I got War Machine after we got back into collecting as adults, but I really like that Iron Man as a kid. It was pretty cool. I liked the little hand cannons on his forearm and everything. Let's see. All right, we got our Wonder Mans in here. So Wonder Man is another one of my favorite ones. I think like I've said, I would love to see a new translucent Wonder Man. I think a lot of people want that like green costume Wonder Man. I got this one after we got back into collecting. I had this one as a kid. Also super cool. I didn't know a ton about Wonder Man as a kid, but you kind of get the idea. He seems kind of Superman-ish. So that's kind of always how I played him as. And then he's also got these like jetpacks on his hip, which I always thought was kind of funny because he seemed like he should fly anyway. But I also like that he's not so OP like Superman is. That's one of the reasons I'm not a real big fan of Superman. Just too OP. Wonder Man. If you watched our top 10 on the year, Wonder Man made Jordan's top 10, which I was kind of surprised by, but yeah, he really liked that figure. Let's see. Watch season 2 of What If. Oh, yeah. 25 bucks for that Hydra Stomper is a good deal. I think it's a cool figure. I haven't finished season 2 yet, so I have not felt compelled to purchase the silver, the Build-A-Figure one. I've got up to when Happy saves Christmas. So I'll probably try to finish the I don't know if I'll finish it this week. Maybe, yeah. I've got to work a lot, so 3-pack Spider-Mans. How do you feel about those? I want to like them a lot. Okay, first off, okay, now that I'm moving this around, what is the point of Tobey Maguire having butterfly joints? Those butterfly joints go nowhere. Otherwise, it's okay. I like the diaphragm joint. Head's not super movable. I don't really like that articulation scheme for the head. I like the disc and hinge better. A little bit better butterfly joints on Tom Holland. Kind of pretty good forward butterfly joints on Andrew Garfield. Not a ton back. I'm going to keep them. I like them enough for that, but kind of overall, I really did not like that they put out the single packs for cheaper than they put out the 3-pack. I think the 3-pack was overpriced. I know the 3-pack was overpriced. You did not get more value in the 3-pack versus the single carded figures, but you get extra hands and you get that crap web line. Not worth it. I think, I mean, I like that I got the extra hands because I don't care about the unmasked head sculpts. But yeah, I don't know what the extra charge was for these guys because it just doesn't feel like it was necessary. So I don't know. Curious to know what you guys think about it. I think I'm glad to have them. Just would like to pay a little less for having them. I don't even have the web lines in here. Where are those at? Can't lose those. Also, do you ever display with these web lines? Because I guess if you had things like stuck up on top and then maybe you had them swinging, but I don't really have that kind of space for my Spider-Mans necessarily. I mean, maybe if it was on that top shelf, but that's just me. Oh, come on now. All right. Oh, I actually think I like this Tom Holland better from this 3-pack. I like the idea of that suit, but it's just too much like any other Spider-Man, and I would rather have my comic Spider-Mans looking more comic. I don't need my MCU Spider-Mans to look more comic. But I know that's kind of a weird stance to take on that. But yeah, I think I would prefer the 3-pack Tom Holland, but I understand liking the other one better because I do think that's a cooler suit to watch in the movie. But displaying, I would rather have this one. And yeah, the price definitely was not good. This one was kind of a grail of mine for a while. The Destroyer, it's the variant to the Thor Buster, which I think is kind of a cool idea. I don't know if they would do another Thor Buster, but I would definitely pick that up. The head doesn't stay on there super well, so I'll have to try to dig that out. But yeah, the Destroyer was kind of cool to track down after the fact. I think kind of getting into the. I need to find the pieces to Mr. Fantastic Toy Biz. That's the very first figure I ever got as a kid. Mr. Fantastic from the Toy Biz line. I remember buying this figure in the store. Like I was whatever year that was, I don't know. That was probably third grade. Maybe I was older than third grade, but I don't think it was probably third grade because I met Jordan in fourth grade and I had some of those figures already. So yeah, I just remember my uncle it was around my birthday, so he was like, "Oh, I'll take you to Walmart. You can pick out 2 toys." And I picked out him, and I think it was Colossus. And I remember my uncle kind of like second guessing me. He was like, "Oh, are you sure you want these figures? Like, you don't want to pick out something else? And I just remember thinking, like, of course I want these figures. These are awesome. Like, I know superheroes. Like, this is Mr. Fantastic. He's got a giant hammer for a hand. Like, I'd never had figures with swappable parts. So I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I definitely would choose these as my um, birthday present. And so then I got those, and then I got all these others. So luckily, I did not let him make me second guess myself. And it's not like he was being a jerk about it or anything. He was just, making sure that I wasn't just trying to pick something. But yeah, that was the figure that started it all. Found 2 extra blast effects for Hydra Stomper, and he is the first one I put in here. So isn't that how it goes? Bury him. Not that these really even fit in anything, but 2 extra effects. Maybe we're going to get another giant. Maybe with the new Hulkbuster, if they put out a comic one, those will fit in his boots or hands or something. Yeah, it's probably good that the figures here aren't on screen, how they're getting packed, because if any of you guys are particular about how your figures get packed, this would be stressful for you. But they're not really going to be moving around too much. They're just going to sit in storage, so I'm not worried about paint rub or anything like that. All right, Tyler, you're back. Welcome. All right, about the 3-pack. Yeah, understandable to sell the Tom Holland if you like the final swingsuit better. Yeah, I can also understand not liking the techie Spider-Man, because I also, like I said, my preferred comic one is not techie, but I do like that look for Tom Holland. And it's different enough from the other ones because I wouldn't really necessarily want the 3 of them displayed so similarly, just different shades of red and blue. So I like that it's like a completely different standout costume. Yeah, I don't think I ever even saw the final swing costume. I've seen a lot of Mary Janes, I've seen a few Sandmans. I think that might have been all I've seen from that wave. I haven't been in store too often though. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious to see. I haven't really looked into anything of what they're going to be doing for the next movie. So I'm curious where they're going to go with that. I think it'd be kind of cool to see another symbiote story, but also, I don't know. I don't know. I just hope they, because I'm not a huge fan of Venom, which I don't know, maybe that's a hot take. Some people are, but I would just prefer that. I don't really like Sony in general trying to do all these Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man. I think that's just weird and unnecessary. And I get they're trying to just make a buck, but make a buck and make better movies. So we'll see. I don't know if they would be able to put in a different, because I also am not like a crazy fan of the was it Tom Hardy as Venom? He's fine, but I just think a different series or a different like Venom would be necessary. All right, I think I'm going to keep Iron Man, the 20th anniversary one, out as a possibility to make it into the bus because he's pretty fun. I like him. Deadpool, or not Deadpool, Bullseye, definitely not necessary. I don't really like this bag though. Whoever bought this from definitely gave me a old bag. Looks like it's been buried in the backyard for a while, so I'll put that in a cleaner bag. I think I've got 2 of these Bullseye heads as well, because I got one to go on my All-Father Wave Hawkeye for a Dark Adventures display. I like the dagger effects. I think they could use that with more characters. Knife and triggers. I think this one's just missing a gun. but that's fine. I'm sure I've got plenty of those sitting around. It'd be cool to get some different like blast effects for the weapons too. I do not have Crossbones from Crimson Dynamo. I'm trying to think if I've ever even actually had him, ever. And I can't remember. I don't think I have ever had him. I've had most figures, but that one may have eluded me. If I have, it must have been a quick sale. Got him in and was able to sell him right away. Looks like a decent figure. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done an update because that's a pretty old figure, I think. And I think it's a decently popular character that would warrant a new figure. But I guess they've done the one in the wave and then they did the one in the box set. So maybe that's why they haven't done that one again. Oh, there's all the parts to Hulk. Okay. Oh, and that banner. Hold on. What is that? I think I've taken some accessories from Lizard and put them in with my banner. I think he deserves some more than Lizard, honestly, though. His glasses are in there. I feel like I should probably just keep Banner with Hulk. We'll put him in a bigger bag because keep the two-pack together. This is definitely not the most efficient way to pack up your action figures, but it is probably the more fun way to do it. All right, if I ever forget where I put my beakers that go to Lizard, you all can remind me that I put them in with the Bruce Banner 2-pack. Probably not a great idea to mix accessories, but I'm keeping both those figures, so that'll always be in my collection. Let's see. What do I think of the Chris Starr figure? What do I think of the Chris Starr figure? I love it. It might just be the newness of it, but I think it could be a top 10 all time. At least in my book. I don't know. For some reason, they announced that figure, and I just decided I've been going crazy on Chris Starr. I got almost all the books. I just ordered the last one I needed, number 8. For some reason, that one's more expensive, something to do with the cover. So I bought that yesterday. That's coming in. And then there's also 2 like kind of kids books, I think. Bought those because, why not? I used to have Chris Starr figures as a kid. I've got this, I think this is just kind of a generic crystal figure. And then I think this is one of Moltar's minions because I had Moltar. He was bigger. And then I also had Chris Starr, and I think that might have been it. I don't think I had any of the other like figures from Chris Starr. Well, no. Well, I think technically these were my uncle's, but he gave them to me because I remember he had OGO'd too, the wizard. So fingers crossed we're going to get more of these. If we don't, I'll probably try to buy an extra Chris Starr or 2, and then try my hand at just dying figures. I don't know how that'll work, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, not crazy about the Joker movie because you like the toys in the same toy box. I like that analogy. I might use that. Yeah. How do you have all these villains for characters that they don't have their like hero with them? It kind of drives me a little crazy, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch any of the stuff. Like I haven't seen Morbius. I haven't seen Venom 2. So I'm kind of just not necessarily boycotting them on purpose, but kind of just because I'm not super interested in, like, I didn't love the first Venom movie, so am I going to really love the next one? Look at that. Never mind on that left arm of the Build-A-Figure for the Mindless one. Got it right here. So I need the right arm of the Mindless one, and I need the right leg. I think I'm not sure who those came with, but if you figure it out, go ahead and send me those. Fist Ninja, getting packed away. Maybe did he come with one sword? Or did he come with two swords? Because maybe that's what happened to the sword to Lady Bullseye. Because one of these swords is not like the other. And if you can answer that, one of them has a silver bottom and one of them has a red bottom. Like the wrappings go all the way to the bottom of this one, and they don't go all the way to the bottom of this one. Which one is which? Well, maybe I'll just pack them together. Maybe I should do that. Lady Bullseye and the Fist Ninja share a bag. I feel like Lady Bullseye and regular Bullseye should share a bag. That seems like it makes more sense. But their accessories are a little bit less matchy. Unless you guys are quick. If you guys are quick, maybe I'll put them in separate bags. Warbow? Yeah. I think out of all the Crystar kind of companions, I think if I'm going to make my perfect next figure, it would be Moltar, because then you have Crystar versus Moltar. That makes a lot of sense. But if you're going to go Crystar companions, I think you would definitely go with Warbow. The other ones aren't, like, Warbow's kind of his right-hand man, even though Crystar, like, so far I've been reading, Crystar's just kind of like totally blowing him off. So I don't know why I guess he's the prince, and the right-hand man doesn't necessarily need to be his best friend. But I mean, I'm only issue 4, I think I'm up to. But yeah, Crystar's kind of a jerk. So we'll see. Maybe he has a redemption arc in the later issues. But yeah, Warbow makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, I like this Zemo. I wouldn't mind getting the like Toy Biz one where it's got kind of more of the like flowy skirt thing. But I think as far as Zemos go, I'm decently happy with this one. Maybe I would get an update for him. It would need to be like a different look though, because if it's close enough to this one and it's just pinless, then I probably don't care enough to update it. Is this one not pinless? Oh yeah, his legs aren't pinless. His arms are pinless though, so I got at least halfway there. I think this Lady Bullseye is a fantastic figure. I would like to read some more with her in it. She was in the new Punisher book for a little bit. She was in a Elektra book for a little bit. She was just kind of the main bad guy in that one. But yeah, I think it's a cool figure. Was she in my top 10 of the year? She might have been a runner-up. I don't remember. Just put that video out. I can't even remember. Great figure though. I think that Fist Ninja is pretty fantastic too. Is that Fist Ninja is almost exactly like the Hand Ninja, isn't it? Because I've had one Hand Ninja loose, and I think it was pretty similar. I don't know. Let me know. Because I just had that when I opened it up out of the box, and then I sold it right away. So you got a lot of gargoyle pieces. I'm going to put those with the other. I don't know if you guys collect gargoyles, but I think that's a pretty cool line. I wish they were a little bit better. I mean, like, they're good articulation, but they feel more statuey than other figures, like other than Marvel Legends. But that's probably one that I'm going to be a little bit more of a completist on, at least as far as like characters go. I'm not going to get the double ups of like Video Game Goliath, and probably not going to get the Phoenix Gate 2-pack, just because that seems a bit excessive. I'm going to check my phone battery, make sure we're not going to kill the battery. Oh yeah, we're at 55%, so that'll last us a while. Surprised we've already been streaming for this long too. Good. All right, let's see other comments. Ooh. Another Silver Surfer on the Renew Your Vows body mold would be kind of cool. And I don't think that's impossible. Silver Surfer is definitely seems like a favorite for a lot of people. I think maybe since he came out in the HasLab, that might make them want to hold off on doing him again too soon. But also, I mean, we're 2 HasLabs past that Galactus HasLab. But also, I would kind of prefer to see a new, like another brand new Herald of Galactus versus another Silver Surfer. Although, I'm kind of a sucker for Silver Surfer. I've got the HasLab one up there, and then I've got the Obsidian Surfer, and then I've also got the Surfer that came with the. Is it not back here anymore? No, I must have put him away. The other Silver Surfer from early Hasbro. I think it was a Toys R Us exclusive. I don't know why I'm struggling so hard to get this thing on him. How does this go? It doesn't just go over that. Maybe it does. Does it just set on there like that? Where's his helmet? I think it's in here. Got Gladiator Hulk, which I think definitely deserves an update as well. I think that's probably one of the better Hulk stories, in my opinion. Maybe not the best, but honestly, it kind of could be argued as one of the best. Oh, there's that mace. I've been looking for that mace forever. It's been there the whole time. Oh, all right. He's going to get set up here for now. All right. Maybe another Herald 2-pack. Yeah, I think if you're going to do another Herald 2-pack, I think Airwalker and Stardust are probably the 2 people want the most. I think, I mean, I would love that. I've got HasLab Galactus, so any Heralds they put out, I'm probably going to buy. Even when they put out the new, what's the new rumored one? The Herald 4. I think that one is going to be pretty cool. I mean, I hope it's kind of like that powered up one. I'm pretty sure he does that in the comics. I don't know. Plays Fortnite and he spins his hammer and turns blue. So maybe that happens in the comics as well. But I think that would be a cool addition, and I'd probably get it. I probably would wait for a clearance though, because that one has been like that 4 has been crazy cheap forever. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, I think there's quite a few. I'm going to go grab another stack of stuff from the closet in here. But yeah, I think a lot of people would go crazy for some more Heralds. I think Jordan always jokes about making a Aunt May, the Golden Granny or Golden Glider or something like that as another Herald for Galactus. But I think that's pretty far fetched. But you know, maybe in a 2-pack, that's a possibility. I don't know. Hasbro just did Chris Starr, so seems like nothing's really off the table. But Golden Granny seems a bit out there. So we'll see. I think, yeah, like I said, Airwalker probably number 1 on most people's list. And then Stardust is probably number 2. So hopefully we see those. I'm shocked we haven't seen them yet. Seems almost criminal that Hasbro has not put them out, but I'm not in charge yet. Once I take over the company, we're going to be getting a lot more characters. Oh, we got good stuff in this box. All right. Got some more McFarlane stuff. We'll get those out of the way first. My wife is going to come home and I don't know. I can't imagine she's going to be too excited to see all this stuff because I think she's going to be expecting a lot more in boxes versus this one almost filled box. But, you know, we're taking our time, we're having a good time. So I'll probably be back on tomorrow to pack up more of my stuff. All right. Another question for you folks. Dakin, Dakin, however you say his name. Do I keep him? Do I sell him? Because it's a Wolverine character. Hasbro loves making Wolverines, but I don't know if he's been in the comics currently, so does it make a lot of sense to make him? Would they put him in a 2-pack with other Dark Avengers? Because they know we want Dark Avengers. I don't know. I'll put him over here on the chopping block as a possibility to sell for right now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see. When's the next Marvel? Oh man, I'm way behind. Let's see. Warbow. Surfer. What figures did I pick up from the Mindless Wave? I got Daredevil, Lady Bullseye, and Fist Ninja. I think that was it. Yeah. And then one of our subscribers sent me 2 other parts, the head and a leg, the left leg, I believe. Or was it the torso? I don't know. I've got the torso, the head, the left arm, and the left leg. So I personally got, like I said, Daredevil, Fist Ninja, Lady Bullseye. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think that the gargoyles are a cool line. The wings definitely make it challenging to display them all, especially in those wings. And then it's kind of taken quite a long time to get these folded wings out. So I definitely see there's like hindrances to collecting them. When's the next Marvel Legends live stream? I don't know. I don't think they've said yet. I would assume, I mean, they just had one at the end of December. So maybe we don't get one in January. Maybe they wait until like February. I would think by February, by the end of February, we would have to have another Marvel Legends live stream, I would think. Let's see. Everyone forgets about Red Shift. I honestly don't know who that is, so I'll have to look that up later. Fortnite Thor is funny. Yeah, I mean that's the first place I think I saw him. Maybe I saw him in the comics first, but I mean I don't know. I play Fortnite quite a bit, so I've used him as my character for many a matches. I did not read the Fantastic Four Superman crossover. Sounds. Oh, he was a Herald of Galactus. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out then, because that sounds pretty crazy. Or at least do a Google search for some images. You're saying sell Decken? Maybe I'll check his price. If he's going for anything good, I'll sell him. If he's like a $10, $15 figure, I'll probably just keep him. Um, yeah, I mean, it's okay. All right, you guys are all saying sell. All right. He's probably going to get sold then. Yeah, there's going to be lots of figures this year. We're moving into a bus that we're converting, so we're going to be traveling the country for at least a year, maybe 2. So not the same city or state, all of the cities and states. Let's see. Angel goes up tomorrow. Yeah, I think we're probably going to be. I think is it going to be on Amazon because that's usually where I do a lot of my ordering. Um, I guess maybe I'll do Big Bad Toy Store. Probably depends on when this is going to get released because I think I'm going to start shifting some of my ordering to Big Bad Toy Store just for the pile of loot. So that way I can send everything at once because I'm probably going to just build up my pile of loot, ship it to my sister, and then she's going to be putting it in storage for me because I'm not going to really have a great way to get it on the road. Um, I guess I could change the delivery address or whatever, but yeah, so we'll see. Let's see. Blake, thank you very much. Thanks for the great content. Don't tell the other guy. Just keep this for yourself. Funny. I'll give half this to George. Jordan's the main character in this podcast YouTube channel. I probably would not have done this without him, because it kind of all started with me and Jordan um, just talking on the phone, because I was working in housekeeping. I would like deliver linens to the different housekeeping closets. If somebody had like a request in the hotel for like a microwave or more towels or whatever, I would be the one that like delivers it to their room. And then Jordan was doing DoorDash, or maybe it wasn't DoorDash, Grubhub, one of those things, one of the food delivery things. And we would just call each other and talk to each other for hours about Marvel Legends or whatever was coming out, what we thought was going to come out. Um, and then we were like, we would listen to other podcasts like Oral History of Marvel Legends. Articulatrix he had a podcast for a while and then kind of stopped putting them out, or he wasn't putting them out regularly. So we're like, I mean, we talk about action figures all day. We should start our own podcast. And then we did, and here we are. So I don't know. I'm glad we did. I have a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad you guys enjoy hanging out and talking action figures too. Let's see. Will I be visiting New York? Yes. Not sure. Like I said, I have no idea what the timeline is. I don't know if we're starting east, west, south. Probably not north, because we're about as north as you can already get. So I'm hoping we start out going towards the Redwoods, because like I said, that's my number one spot that I'd like to see. But Savannah wants to see the Florida Keys. So we'll see. I think the plan right now is to go. We're going to have a table at Legion's Con again this year for not strong collectors. Like I'll have some stuff for strong collectors, and you can talk to me about strong collectors. But it'll be a table for Fit You, my fitness business. So we'll have a table at Legion's Con, and Legion's Con is only like I think I'm probably not going to take my bus into New York City, but maybe we'll get on a train and take that into New York City, because Savannah's never been there yet. Jordan and I went to New York Comic Con last year. Yeah, last year. And that was super fun. So I'd love to go back there, and then also just kind of see other parts outside of the city. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to hit every state, but I think we're going to try to. Let's see. What's he selling off? So far, I've got a very small sell pile. We're just packing up stuff because I'm going to be moving. So it's a lot of this is going into storage. But I think we've decided Dakin is getting sold. Yondu's getting sold. I think this new X-Men 97 Wolverine is getting sold. And Colossus is probably going to be getting sold too. So still got a ton of stuff to get through. Have not really been very efficient. I actually thought I sold this Spider-Man already. So might have to see what he's worth. I really like this look, and I doubt they're ever going to make another one. You want to talk about butterfly joints. Holy crap. Those butterfly joints go all the way back. That 3-pack Spider-Man No Way Home is not the same butterfly joints as this 2099 Spider-Man. I'm going to see how much he's going for. If he's going for crazy, if you guys want to look that up for me, maybe he gets sold if he's super high, but I'm kind of hoping he's not, because I kind of want to keep him. Yes, we purchased the bus. My wife is actually working on it right now. So I would assume she's probably coming home sometime soon. It's pretty dark out already. But yeah, she was down there working on that today. We've taken out all the seats, pretty much all the inside of the bus we took out, replaced some of the floorboards. So the floor is pretty much ready to go. We took out all the windows, resealed them, so it's a little bit more like you're not losing heat, getting cold air in. Not losing cold, because we're probably going to be more warm weather climates, but resealed all the windows, covered up one of the emergency exits so far, because we're going to put a fan in that. She's working on prepping the other emergency exit I think that's just going to be sealed up, because we're going to have the shower underneath there. But yeah, floor is finished. Windows still need a little bit of work, but they're pretty close to being done. But yeah, it's a long process, a lot longer than we thought it was going to be. We thought we'd already be living in the bus by now. But then we took it to a mechanic to do some engine work. And then he didn't get to it for a month. Then it took him a month to get done with it. So we didn't have 2 months with the bus. So we're pretty far behind. And then now with it being super cold out here in Wisconsin, well, not super cold, but it's cold here in Wisconsin. So it's kind of hard to do a lot of that like sealing stuff or fiberglassing when it's below the temperature that it needs to be at. Um, yes, correct. Moving stuff into storage and selling on Facebook. Um, yeah, I'm keeping most of this in storage. Um, yeah, I don't have a ton of duplicates. Yeah, trying to be picky and choosy. Like unless I've like a lot of the Toy Biz stuff that I'm keeping, like this old Toy Biz Mr. Sinister. Honestly, he's not a great figure, but it was just one that I always pulled out to play with as a kid. So I'm keeping him just more nostalgic reasons. Um, and then this same thing with this Toy Biz Omega Red. I think the Hasbro one is an improvement, but it was one that I pulled out a lot to play with. So those Toy Biz figures are sticking around. A lot of my other ones I've already sold off. Um, like I was talking about, one of my first figures was Colossus, and then I ended up. All right, so I'm keeping a double here, maybe actually, because I've got this X-Men Wave Colossus, and then I've got the Legends Colossus. Um, I probably don't need both of these because this isn't a great figure. I'll probably just keep my original one. I doubt this Colossus is really going to sell for much, but I do actually kind of like the look of this one more so than this one. Just like the brighter colors. I usually go for the brighter colors on characters more so than the darker ones, but that's just me. I think Jordan kind of likes the darker colors, like with the Doc Ock. He likes the version that's from the SPDR Wave one, and I like the 2-pack one, even though I haven't had that one yet. But that's the kind of color scheme I would go for. Got this custom painted Redeemer, busted off one of his feet. It came that way. But I think this is a pretty cool one. I like to get him with the McFarlane munition pack. It looks pretty good with some of those bigger weapons. I don't think, did this Hulk come with alternate hands? The 80th Hulk? Do I need to dig through and look for those? Because I feel like he might have, but I'm also feeling like maybe he didn't. But I'm feeling like he did. I probably should look for those. This goes with this Hulk. Let's see. I'll get another comment while I dig for that. Let's see. Yeah, we want to travel and stuff while we're young, have fun, um, see everything, and then yeah, maybe find a place to settle down. And I think this will be a cool way to do that because I mean, we've been several places, but this will be a good way to kind of see the whole country, see what we like, and then settle down there. I know we'd love to be close to like a beach because we both love surfing. We both do free diving, so I think that would be ideal. We like living in Florida, close to Disney, but we'll see. Gonna be traveling for at least a year because if we can travel for a year, we're gonna break even with what we would have paid for rent. And honestly, it might be because I mean we're not gonna pay for electricity because we're gonna have solar panels, um, but we're still gonna have to pay for like gas and water and stuff like that. I think so. We'll see. It should be 1 year of being in the van is equal to 1 year of living in this apartment, which actually the apartment is raising their rates, so it might actually be cheaper to be in the van. Um, but yeah, anything over a year, we're kind of saving money versus being in an apartment. So it's kind of the goal is to at least a year, maybe two. Live in Miami. I'm actually going to be in Miami on Friday. Friday? No, Saturday, because we're flying out. Not flying. Yeah, we're flying to Miami to get on a cruise, and we're going to be on a cruise for a week. So, yeah, I'll be in Miami for a little bit. I don't know the Gabby Pinto story. Sorry, I'm out of that joke. Uh, Yeah, that glow in the dark Redeemer looks kind of cool. I am getting a little tired of the reuse of those wings though. I would like to see another set of wings from McFarlane because he's used them on Redeemer, Dark Redeemer, Glow in the Dark Redeemer, um, the that new spawn, the King spawn, I think. So okay. Um, all right, cool. All right. Silver Surfer. I just saw his board. Yeah, so I really like the Silver Surfer. This very early Hasbro one. It's pretty much just a straight repaint of the Toy Biz one, but it's got the pegged in feet. I think that's a pretty underrated Silver Surfer in my opinion. I think the joints can definitely get loose, so I could see why it maybe isn't the preferred Silver Surfer for most people, but I think it's pretty good. Another one from Toy Biz that's just a nostalgic, not a great figure, but I like it, is Pyro. He was one that always got pulled out to get played with as a kid. Um, he, I don't know, he was just always a cool character to me. I liked the fire manipulation powers. Um, so that's why I keep him. Like I said, All Father Wave Hawkeye. Keep him. And what do you think? Is there going to be any chance that we get a Dark Avengers Hawkeye? Because they could do just a repaint of this Hawkeye and make it Dark Avengers look. I mean, that All Father Hawkeye doesn't really go for that much anyway, does he? Like, it's probably not worth selling. I don't know. Let me know. What are your thoughts? Yeah, the Toy Biz one, the first one came out with the um, magnets in it, and I really wasn't a huge fan of that. Um, I thought it was just kind of like you couldn't really get him in poses and keep him in poses. Um, Here's another one: 2099 Spider-Man, the regular one, the retro. Keep it or sell it? I'm kind of leaning towards sell because Mafex is going to have theirs coming out, and that's probably going to be better. And also, it's a 2099 Spider-Man, so it's only a matter of time before Hasbro does another one. So is it really worth storing that? Because I'm kind of leaning towards it's probably not worth it. But I'm open to feedback. Call me crazy. This is my favorite Black Knight that we've gotten. Super early Hasbro, maybe like one of the first couple waves. I like the colors. I like his accessories. It's a clip shield. I'm kind of worried I'm going to snap it right now. Nope. I like his sword. I'm not worried about his legs snapping off like the other one. He doesn't have great articulation, I will give you that. Um, but as far as looks go, this is the best looking um, Black Knight that we've gotten. Like I said, call me crazy, but that's what I think. Definitely one of my favorite figures from early Hasbro, for sure. I think early Hasbro had some really good ones. Like Zorn was, I think, maybe even in that same wave, and he's fantastic. Again, not the best articulation, and I'm probably just nostalgic from being a kid playing with these figures. But I think they're cool. Bishop, another one, played with him as a kid. I think the newer ones are pretty cool, but I liked how he had like his guns ported into his hands, so it made it easier for him to hold stuff. I think that was a good touch. This Ultron, Jordan got me this for birthday. I think that is a terrible figure, but it was a gift from Jordan, so it is treasured and shall be stored. Very bad Ultron. I don't know why they went with that version because we've got, let's see, got these two Ultrons down here. I prefer the Ursa Major one, but we also got the Cassie Lang one. Not terrible, but definitely, in my opinion, not nearly as good as Ursa Major. we finally, I've been asking for it for a long time, got an update to the Black Panther. So happy to see that. I'm curious. I haven't gotten a new one yet. I think I'm going to wait for a sale or find it loose because it doesn't come with a build a figure part. So it's not like I'm in a rush to get it. Um, but I don't know. This one is pretty cool. I have him in one of my Avengers pictures, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out. I think you could still fit that one into your display. Um, Another one that I think is necessary and one that I think this one got picked in my building an Avengers team is the translucent vision. I like that. I wish they would do some more translucent figure updates. Let me see if I've missed anything. Cool. Black Knight from the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I've got a couple Black Knight stories with in my Marvel Unlimited app that I've got saved that I need to get around to reading, but just haven't quite got there yet. Um, I think he's a cool character. I don't know a ton about him yet, but I like him. All right, another sell question. Do I sell Multiple Man? I've got two of him, which is kind of ideal. I think I'd want at least two. Um, I've got him complete. I think he came with alternate heads. Yeah, I've got the angry head and the human or the unmasked head. I've got two of them. Are they going to make another one? I know they made the retro one. I'm going to display this type of look though. As far as Multiple Man goes, kind of leaning towards keeping him. I think that's probably going to be the route I go, unless you guys can convince me that it's a waste of my space and space should be dedicated to something else because there's a new Multiple Man that I don't know about on the horizon. Yeah, I can't fit two of them in the same bag. We'll split them up. Let's see. Years, a long time on the road. I got plenty of space in storage. I'm kind of sharing a storage unit with my mom and sister, so they've got tons of stuff in there, and I'm not really going to be taking up too much room. Yeah, definitely always a chance of a breakdown. But I mean, hopefully, we're trying to get as much of the stuff looked at ahead of time, so that we kind of don't have those. But I mean, like you said, it's always unforeseen. You don't know that it's going to happen. So we're going to make sure we've got like good insurance so we can like get a tow if we need it. Hopefully, we never do, but you know, you never know. Anything can happen. Um, but try to just plan. We'll definitely have like a healthy savings account so that if something happens, because towing a giant bus is going to be a lot more expensive than towing a car down the road. So definitely thought I sold this Spider-Man already too. I like the look of him, but he's going to go on the chopping block for now. The more I look at him, the more I like him. So maybe he gets kept. Let's see. Omega Red. I like this figure, but do I need it? Probably not. I think Omega Red's going to get sold too. Let's see. I think I saw his tentacle things. Yep, right there. Long ones and short ones. All right. I don't know if he's going to fit in a regular bag. He's too big. I'll just put those over there with him for now. All right. What am I missing? Selling some stuff. Most of it's just going to go into storage. Yeah. See, I think I'm going to keep the multiple mans, just because that's the kind of look I would want to display him as. Am I going to display him? All right, he's going on the chopping block. I'm going to have to think about him more because I like the character, but I got rid of a lot of my other X Factor stuff. So all I have is him and Strong Guy. I got rid of Havoc and Polaris. I liked them, but didn't like them enough. So let's see. This Spider-Man, he's give me that head. Did that come off there? Huh. Well, okay, yeah, the Spider-Man's gonna just get sold for fodder parts because I'm using the Ben Riley parts for Spider Carnage. All those are done. Let's see what's up here. All right. Pyro. Probably could have put him with Toad. I don't know where Toad went. Must have packed him. I really like this Pyro figure. I think, I don't know, he's not the best, but I mean, I'm also surprised that like that 2-pack is super cheap. Like it's like if you have that 2-pack and you want to sell it, I think it's probably a better option to open it and sell them separately versus selling the 2-pack sealed, or at least that was the way it was when I was um, selling like the rogues. I've sold a couple of those rogues for like 25, 35 bucks. And I think the 2-pack itself at the time was going for like not much more than 30 bucks. Packing toy stuff sucks. Yeah, it's kind of taken a while. Everything must go into storage, so I'm going to try to keep this size of a box to take with me in the bus. I don't know if I'm going to try to limit myself to a box like that for Legends and a box like that for Legions, because I would like to take both. Honestly, I could probably take less Legends because the Legends aren't, or at least like they're not going to take up as much space, and there's not really as much pop and swap to do with Legends as there is with Legions. So I would rather have, oh, that goes with Beast. So I would rather have more options to do pop and swap. So I have, you know, technically less characters, but with the extra parts I can take, then I have more characters available too. Moving into a bus to travel around. Yeah, I mean, the faster you can pay for that Wolverine, the better, because then I can buy more Mythic Legions. But yeah, I'll definitely leave it out, and you know, I've got actually. You might need to text me what other Wesley. You need to text me what other legends I was supposed to pull out for you from my stuff, and I think I'm going to have some extra Hydra goons too. So send me a message about that because I'll grab those army builders out too because I definitely don't need to be storing that many of them. But yeah, I can't remember which other ones. I haven't sold anything for quite a while, so I've got whatever those figures were that you were wanting. I just don't remember what they were. Let's see. What's in here? Those. All right. Age of Apocalypse. I was one of the suckers that paid full price right away for the second Age of Apocalypse wave. Jordan always likes to remind me about that. I thought it was cool to have a display within, or like a collection within a collection, which I still like, and I'm glad I have them. Oh, I was just talking about how I didn't have Havoc anymore, and apparently I do. So Havoc is going over into the sell pile because I think these leg straps, I cannot stand these leg straps. I hope we get a new one of these where they're keyed in because I do not like that those aren't keyed in. Pretty sure he came with orange effects, right? Pretty sure these are Havocs. If it was a different color, let me know. They're probably just in a different drawer. But yeah, I know I sold Polaris. I think I might have actually sold Polaris to you, Wesley. Hydra Shield and Wolverine. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Yeah, I got to look back at those messages too. was yellow. Okay. Let me see if I can find yellow ones. I think they might be on this side. Nope, those are also orange. Got two sets of, well, yeah, those are two sets of orange ones. This Havoc might get sold with orange effects. We'll see. Tons of accessories here. Whoop. I think that Blink character is a little bit underrated too. I think she's pretty cool. I don't think they're all going to fit in there. So let's go. Where did that bag just go? Right there. All right, so Blink is going to go in this bag. And I've got her base. We're going to put Dark Beast in here also. Definitely wish I would have waited for a sale on these, but got them right away. That was, keep telling myself that was cool. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Put Kitty Pryde in here. Her pieces. Don't think Sabretooth is going to fit in there. Rogue will fit in there though. Those pieces. Did X-Man come with anything? Or was he just by himself? Can't remember. Cyclops? Was he just by himself too? Did he come with extra stuff? Jean? Are they just alone? Where's my Iceman? There he is. Iceman's going in. Wolverine. I think this Wolverine is, that head is, just seems so weird how it's on the ball joint. Like that just, I think they could have done a much better job. I know that Mafex is doing a AOA Wolverine, which I think is kind of weird because it just seems like not the character that you would think needs to be AOA from them. Like I think they could do a much cooler Wolverine. I mean, I guess they've done the Tiger Stripes, they've done the X-Force one. I guess I don't know what other one they would want to do. But is AOA really that popular? Maybe it is in Japan. That is not going to fit in that bag or in that box. Let's try to do. Anybody going to fit in there with him? No, he's just going in there like that. All right, catch up on the comments again. Let's see. Polaris and Havoc definitely. Yeah, Polaris and Havoc definitely need an update. Wolfsbane. Hopefully we get a Wolfsbane this year. A lot of people have been wanting that. Do you do lives on the bus? Like lives of us working on the bus, or like lives when we're living in the bus? Because when we're living in the bus, definitely, because we're going to have hopefully a pretty good Wi-Fi setup in there. Right now, the Wi-Fi out there is kind of terrible, so I don't think a live would work. I'm going to have update videos on us working on the bus, though, so we'll be able to, I don't know, hopefully follow along. We'll see. That's definitely taken a back seat. I've not been out there to do a lot of filming, but it's been pretty slow going anyway. Solo, bare bones AOA. Yeah, that's true. First X Factor team. I've seen a lot of people wanting a first X Factor teams for sure. Can of Beam's Claw on AOA. Yeah. Need Nightcrawler from AOA. Yeah, I would love to see a new. Like I know we just got the 87 or 97 Nightcrawler, but I still think Hasbro could do a better job than. Well, I just don't like those head sculpts. So I'm probably, maybe I'll wait for a sale or something, but I'd like to get that Nightcrawler and put my Nightcrawler's heads on it. Because yeah, I don't love that head sculpt, or really any of the head sculpts from the 97 wave. I think they're all kind of too cartoon goofy looking, which like usually I don't mind very much, but they just look a little too weird. All right, let's see. Some of that spiral stuff. So spiral is a keep for sure. She, go back and watch the top 10 of the year episode that we did to see my thoughts on spiral, but that is a fantastic figure. I would love to see Hasbro try to do an update of the man spider, because I mean, if we can get 6-arm female figures, double pinless, everything like that, I think Hasbro could do a pretty good man spider, and I think a lot of people would want that. Hasbro loves doing Spider-Man, so it's right in line with kind of their flagship character. Although I have Spiral, I have Mojo, but I don't think I'm not keeping Long Shot. So if you want Long Shot, got him for sale. And then I already sold Dazzler. I don't know if I still have that tiny Wolverine in there. Really not a fan of that tiny Wolverine at all. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I feel like I'm surprised that Hasbro hasn't done like a Human Beast yet. I mean, I guess they kind of did with that box set that they did, but I think that box set is definitely due for an update because that seems like pretty much all old tech on that. I don't think we're going to fit very many more figures in this box. Let's see. He was bare bones. He's bare bones. I've got, it's tomorrow? No. I think I've got to edit tomorrow our version of the Marvel Legends draft, where we do the team does their best comic figure, best MCU, best build a figure, things like that. Jordan and I'll do most disappointing. We're going to skip best figure just because we have a top 10 list already. So if you watch that, you already know who our best for the year is. We'll do best multi-pack, best accessory, wild card, stuff like that. So that should be a pretty fun episode. That'll probably go up next week. Oh, Wild Child. I'll throw those in here. Chain accessory. Well, he can go with the next one. I think I'm going to need another box. Maybe I can get some smaller characters in here. Do I have Silver Surfers board? Yeah. All right. And then over here. This. That's Pyros. Yeah, that is Pyros. I thought I had Pyro's other flame effect. But now where did I put Pyro? There's Toad. Aha. That is going to be the problem with this, is I'm packing all these away and then I'm going to find an accessory that goes to one of them and it'll have been buried already, which has already happened once. And this is, luckily that wasn't, I wouldn't consider that buried. That was one layer under where everything else was. But yeah. Man Spider with Morbius 2-pack. Well, that wasn't really Man Spider. That was 6-arm Spider-Man. No. I'm talking Man Spider, spider monster Man Spider, not just 6-arm Spider-Man. Because yeah, that one, the 6-arm Spider-Man was updated, but I'm talking the Spider-Man Classics Toy Biz Man Spider, which I don't have that box out yet. I'll just go grab it for you because it needs to get packed up. So let's grab that box too. But yeah, no, that one was updated. I think they made the arms a little bit better articulation and everything. But still, we could do better. Or I think, well, not do better on that, but I think Hasbro could do a better version of Man Spider. Is he in here? Well, you may have to wait to see Man Spider. He's not in this thing. He's got to be on this. Oh, there. He's way back there. Got a lot of figures buried back here. Move out some Cosmic Legions. Couple. Modoc's gonna take the whole shelf with him. And there's Man Spider. Throw those in here. And I'm gonna get another box to store all these in, because we're already one box deep, but that also had a lot of boxed figures in it, so that makes sense why that would have filled up a little bit faster than without. So yeah, this is the Man Spider I'm talking about. That's what we need an update of, because this one's cool. It's got a good sculpt, comes with a good base, which is the same base that the Toy Biz Toad came with. But like I said, we could do a different one. I'm gonna get this box out of the way and grab another one to start filling up. So let's move this out. And do we have another box? Does that one have a lid? Yes, maybe. I don't know if that does have a lid. I'm gonna start doing skinny boxes. I could use the giant box, but I'd have to dump a bunch of stuff out. I could use the small skinny boxes, but we're not gonna put much in it. Let's just focus on getting stuff ziplocked up. All right. Blue. I've seen a lot of people wanting the blue version of Angel. I wonder if we would see the same if it was the opposite, like if they had put out the blue version of Angel and then people would be saying they want the red version. I could actually totally see that being the case. But I agree. I mean, it's only a matter of time before you get that repaint, just like it's only a matter of time before we get a repaint of the first appearance Iron Man, and it's going to be gold. So I don't think that's a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Yeah, this is how I have my heads and hands right now. I just don't want to be like constantly opening and shutting the drawers because it's a little loud. My grandpa had this as like you put screws and bolts and stuff in there, and then I put toys and stuff. You know, my grandpa did man things. I do child things. But I don't know. That was a good repurpose. Able to use my grandpa's stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I think a lot of people want the Man Spider. The box set was awful. Yeah, I mean, I think it was just two figures that people didn't really want that bad that they decided to remake. Watch the old Fox anime. Yeah, fully mutated Man Spider would be cool. I mean, even the Toy Biz one is like partially like he's still got like Peter Parker jaw and eye poking through, which is a cool touch. But yeah, I mean, it's like the entire torso is all one piece, and then you just have articulation at the shoulder joints. The hands and elbows are all stuck in place. But like I said, that's still a cool figure. I don't think how much is that figure? Is it going for anything? Because I don't think this was too expensive when I bought it. It was well worth the money.